Hey everybody, thanks for joining in today. I wanted to share a little bit about how the spiritual disciplines have helped shape who I am today as a follower of Jesus Christ. When I first became a believer, I was a rebellious young man and didn't know a whole lot about church and didn't know a whole lot about God and how kind of the church and God worked. And so there was a lot of well-meaning people that were in the church that I was involved in, but they were just kind of going through the motions like I was. We were, doing good things and we were staying busy in church activities, but there was something missing in my life. I mean, I had made the greatest decision that I have ever made in my life by bowing my heart and my knee to the creator of the universe, who was inviting me into this vibrant personal relationship with him that was life-changing. And I found myself going, it's not that life-changing. And all of a sudden, it didn't happen overnight, but I began to be introduced to these spiritual disciplines, whether it was Bible reading on a consistent basis, whether it was prayer, whether it was fasting. And all of a sudden, these things were just not random activities that worked independently, but they began to come together for me. And they began to be this beautiful toolbox, really, that God had created, that He is using in my life. And I pray that He's going to use in all of our lives to say, this is an endless toolbox here. And this toolbox has the tools of prayer and Bible reading and serving and fasting and giving, but they're not working independently. Actually, they're coming together so that we can draw near to God, that we can not only just exist in a relationship with Him, but we can actually have a life-giving, a joy-filled relationship with God. As He is pursuing us in this love relationship, He's calling us to join Him in it. And He uses these disciplines of grace to get our attention along the way. He uses these disciplines of grace so that when it becomes mechanical, or when I get out the grade book and I begin to grade my godly acts, or maybe I begin to grade how good I resisted sin, it begins to draw me back to the relationship and the power of His love in my life and the power of His grace, and not my ability to change my behavior. But actually, He takes it a step further, and through these disciplines, He reminds me that He is changing my heart. Ezekiel 36 says this: when I sprinkle clean water on you, and you will be clean, your filth will be washed away, and you will no longer worship idols. And I will give you a new heart, and I will put a new spirit in you. I will take out your stony, stubborn heart and give you a tender, responsive heart. And I will put my spirit in you so that you will follow my decrees and be careful to obey my requirements. Does that sound like a bunch of do's and don'ts? No. He's inviting us in. He says, I'm going to change your heart. I'm going to give you a new heart. How does He do it? He does that by revealing Himself to us through His Word and through the Spirit of God working, and through prayer and our interaction with Him. And then He begins to enter into our issues. He begins to enter into our daily lives. And all of a sudden, it's not a compartment that we add on a Sunday morning to our already busy life. It's not something that a little box that we create that we invite God into. No, God extends an invitation for us to join Him in this relationship that we discover the depths of through the disciplines of grace. And so for me, when I come into God's presence, He begins to surround me. And He begins to unleash this power that comes from His love and His grace and His truth that helps me in the ups and the downs, in the times where it seems mechanical. He helps to remind me that He's with me, that He's present in me, that He is at work in me. And if I will surrender and submit time, submit energy, submit my thoughts to Him, that He'll take these things and He'll mold together a beautiful relationship that is life-giving and that is a witness to His work in me and His work in all of us as believers and followers of His throughout the world, to express a beautiful picture of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I pray that as you go through your spiritual disciplines this week and as you focus on God, that He reveals to you His passionate love for you and His desire for you to get the most out of the relationship that He's called us into and that He's provided for us through His Son, Jesus Christ. Thank you.